everybody. Hey, Michelle. Hello. Does anyone else have wine or any other tasty beverages? Okay, I don't know that water is the tastiest of drinks, but it's good to stay hydrated. Ginger ale's good, a classic. Strawberry bubbly sounds amazing. Hello, I'm doing well. How are you? So in terms of tarot reading, I kind of thought that, we can do whatever readings you guys want to do, but I thought just while we're waiting for people to arrive, while we're not really doing much else, I could drop all the cards. Sounds like a good plan. I do this a lot. These new cards are really slippery too. I thought we could just do like a little body, mind, spirit type of thing. Just check in. Oh, you haven't seen this deck yet. This deck is gorgeous. I am loving it. Oh, of course. This deck doesn't really have reversals. Like, I don't read the reversals for this deck, but of course they all turned out upside down. It's good. Just gonna... because I was holding the cards upside down. Perfect. So the way this one works, if you haven't seen one of these little 3-card spreads before, is body, mind, and spirit. It's just a little like personal check-in with yourself. Really simple spread. I'm still going to read out of the book. I always read out of the book, even though I have some of the meanings memorized. You know, Besides, the book was written by my favorite author because she created this deck. So it's like twofold. Like, A, I want to know exactly what the creator of the cards intended, but also it's written by Maggie Stiefvater, and I love her, and I love the way she words things. She's always really funny. Six of Swords. Let's see what we get. So, I can even without putting it in the candle, I can even show this on camera. So the keywords are travel, abandonment, and retreat. It's time to cut and run when you've been in a very difficult situation for quite a while, or when you've really gone all in for a fight. It's often tempting to consider any kind of retreat as a cowardly loss. But the Six of Swords urges you to take a look at the mess you're in and ask yourself if there's really anything productive to be accomplished here. Spoiler, there is not. See, that's what I'm saying about her being funny. She's like always kind of sassy, even when she writes tarot cards. Hey, Devin! Because it is one of the sword suits, there's a healthy dose of logic inherent in this card. The art shows water pooled in your hands. Lean forward and take a moment to reflect upon yourself. The Six is telling you to take a step back, but this is a moment to decide just how sizable that step needs to be. Sometimes it is a mental step, just stepping back from the argument. Sometimes, though, you need an actual physical change of scenery. Oh, interesting. Change of scenery, you say. The Six of Swords can't tell you how far to run. It can only tell you that you need this... Oh, I have managed to turn 2 pages. Perfect. It can only tell you that you need a major shift in the situation for it to resolve, and that discretion is the better part of valor. Sometimes escaping can be the bravest thing you can do. Ooh, interesting. That was for body, but I'm going to take body as just sort of like your physical life, like the actual things. Okay. So, next up is mind, which we got 7 of Cups. Cups are very emotional. This we know, because Cups are the water suit. Alright. Keywords for 7 of Cups are choices, temptation, options, and wishful thinking. Or wishful thinkment, if you like Eddie Izzard. The 7 of Cups shows a variety of choices, some of them immediately satisfying, some of them immediately deadly, and some of them spiritually enriching. When the 7 of Cups appears in a reading, it's a sign that you're facing a lot of choices. Wow, this is bang on so far. This is wild. And many of them might not even be real choices. Instead, after the fanciful meditation of the 6 of Cups, your thoughts are full of imagined possibilities, and it wouldn't be too hard to convince yourself that some of these daydreams might be actual choices here and now. Moreover, of the choices that do exist, many of them would do far more harm than good. Now's not a time to choose at random, nor is it a time to choose lightly. This card has an implication of temptation, and because it's a Cups card, it can often mean infidelity. It can also mean any other choice that will offer you immediate gratification but terrible consequences. Oh, good. Thanks for the warning cards. Step carefully. Among all the snakes and riches and prestige in the bird's beaks are also choices that will bring you spiritual fulfillment and satisfying relationships. Ooh, that is some heavy stuff there. Good. Good, because you know what Libras love most is choices. Lots and lots of choices. Oh, love from Ottawa. Hi, Kelly. Is it just me, or are these cards really attuned to what's up? Yes, they are. Oh my god, isn't it wild? Oh, god. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, I haven't read too much with this deck yet. I've only used it a handful of times because it's brand new. I just got it for my birthday, thanks to my lovely friends who all pitched for this, as well as the other deck and my oracle cards as well, which I still haven't gotten into yet. That's a whole other thing. But yeah, all the readings I've done so far with these cards are oof, right in the feels. It's wild. So Spirit, Page of Wands. Wands are full of passion and creativity. Fire. Pages are usually messages, I think. Alright. Page of Wands. Keywords are spark, curiosity, and confidence. Yeah, confidence. We got that. Also curious. It's good. The Page of Wands is an enthusiastic firecracker of an individual. That sounds like me. The living embodiment of the Ace of Wands. Courageous, she's childlike, confident, and undaunted by all the things she has yet to learn in the world. The raw spark of an idea is enough to put her into motion. Practical concerns aren't even on the radar, or if they are so vastly unimportant when compared to her singular interest in that new idea that they might as well be invisible. When you find the Page of Wands in a spread, it might mean that you need to find that sort of fearlessness and spontaneity in you. Strip away the burdens and concerns that might keep you from pursuing an idea and just let yourself be a creative visionary. Ooh, that sounds great. Even if you know better than the page, who has never had to encounter adversity, try to channel her youthful optimism. I mean, optimism is my natural state of being when I'm not dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. The just struck match on the card reminds you to act quickly. The page is just the beginning. Apply that fire to a bigger project before it goes out. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That was like a good positive send-off for that spread. Thanks, Mish. That was pretty good. I'm not mad at that at all. That's alright. I don't know if anybody else does this, but whenever I do a reading, I try to sort of break it up in the deck just to I don't know, I really want it, if cards show up more than once, I want it to be because they're really meant to be there, not just because I badly shuffled. You know what I mean? But the interesting thing about doing tarot for people is that often the same people will get the same cards over and over because that. Oh, we're throwing cards. Just Word Girl, maybe that one was for you. Maybe that's why it jumped out of the deck. Do you want me to read the Lovers? I'll read the Lovers. It doesn't legitimately hi. It doesn't legitimately mean just love, but we can read it just for fun. Seeing as it jumped out of the deck, I think it might want to be read. It's a beautiful card, too. I love it. I love the design of it. Let's see this, a little more close up. Can I... Ooh, where's my camera? I don't know how to do things. Yeah. It's, very, very pretty. Alright, so, keywords for the Lovers. Love. Groundbreaking. Pairing, duality, and values. 9 times out of 10, when this card appears in a reading, the person I'm reading for blushes and blusters, "I have no love life." Insists the embarrassed recipient, and often they're right. This card can represent actual lovers, and when it does, the love pictured is epic. The pairing of two souls so complementary that it seems obvious that some greater power has designed them for each other. But it can also represent a duality inside you, and the complementary pairing it refers to is your inner self and your outer self. Just like in a great love affair, everything is perfect when both sides of you are working in harmony. And just like in a great love affair, the world crumbles when you war with yourself. Karen, yes, which also, I feel like that's weird to say your name. People, Karen is my mom. Yes, Mom, I can totally do a reading for you. I'll just finish reading this. The card speaks to the power of wholeness and knowing yourself. It also represents a pair of lovers who are greater together than they are individually. This doesn't come from being insubstantial or incomplete on their own, but rather from them being extraordinarily strong in two separate ways. When combined, they become profoundly powerful in a way that no one single person could be. There's no need to blush when this card appears in your reading. All of us should have an eye on the lovers, whether it refers to loving and knowing all ourselves, or whether it means finding our perfect other half. Ooh, so good. Hi Fatima or Fatima, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but hello. So, Mom wanted a reading? You want a general 3-card reading? Do you want like a body, mind, spirit, or do you want like a past, present, future? For Karen/Mom. I'm ignoring my wine. Body, mind, spirit. Okay. Sorry, the lag is real. Okay. I love having my mom in the stream. It's like such a soccer mom thing to do, except I never did soccer, so she's just a tarot mom. She's the one that got me into witchcraft, if anyone's wondering. I mean, like, I also kind of came to it naturally, but, like, my mom was a big influence. All right, body, mind, spirit. No, I'm gonna do this first. This way. All right. Physical world, body. We're thinking about some money. Page of Swords. Interesting. Oh, my mom's saying hi to each other. 5 of Wands. Cool. Okay, let's read this. So, 3 of Coins. Coins are a very practical suit. Keywords: teamwork, accomplishment, and satisfaction. Well, this is great. The 3 of Coins is a satisfying card, symbolizing the first real accomplishment in the coin suit, and perhaps the first time you realize that you're enjoying your job. The 3 is fairly early in the suit, so there is a long way to go to completion and mastery, but the 3 feels pretty good. There's a strong connotation of teamwork and the idea that your work companions are making this material goal satisfying to work on. I love this stream. It's amazing. It's all my family watching. Family or like adopted family. The coin suit is not overly concerned with affairs of the heart, but this card suggests that you're happy at your work. Depending on where the 3 of Coins appears in a reading, it could mean either that you're enjoying a feeling of new accomplishment in your career, or it could also mean that you long to enjoy your career. It's a reminder that happiness at your job is possible and is a worthy goal. I chose partially open roses for the art to symbolize the relative newness of the endeavor. The glow over each is a reminder that this Coins card, at least, also cares about your soul. So yes, body, mind, Page of Swords. Okay. Keywords for the Page of Swords are truth, learning, seeking, and clarity. I'm shedding, my hair is everywhere. The Page of Swords wants to know. She wants to know the truth of matters. She wants to know how things work. She wants to sort through the gray until she finds just how much black and white have been used to make it. Using the energy of the ace, she is full of clear-headed ideas and clinical curiosity. Like all of the aces, she is childlike and optimistic, and when she appears in a reading, it means that you should channel the unbiased interest of a child. She's also tireless in her pursuit of the truth, and the appearance of this card might be urging you to do the same. Clear away all the bad feeling, doubt, and emotional biases you might have gained from negative experiences in the world, and use the energy of the swords to cheerfully cut to the heart of the matter. Oof! Mom, that's great. It's bang on. You're talking to the screen. It's weird for me because there's so much lag when I see the chat, and then I'm also talking to no one. So, you know. I mean, I'm talking to all you lovely people, but you know what I mean. There's no one here. So, Spirit, you've got 5 of Wands. Of course, you'd have a fiery spirit. Okay. Chaos, priorities, and competition. Oof. All right, yeah, 5s are always a little bit rough. Well, things have gone pear-shaped. Sorry, Mom. Things haven't been easy in the first 4 cards of the Wands cycle, but at least most of what you've had to fight is yourself. The 5 of Wands is the first time major conflict appears in the Wands suit, and it comes from the shift from the internal process of the first 4 cards to the often external interests of the latter cards. You and your ideas have plunged into the world now, and it turns out there are other people in this world. And it also turns out those other people don't always think the same way you do. For the first time, you have to defend what you do. Or, more often, since this card is sandwiched between internal and external cards, why you do what you do. The assault you feel in this card comes from multiple directions, but it's not a single army. It's a host of dissonant voices rising against you, questioning your ethics, so you cannot use the same defense against each of them. It's often easy to feel as if your personal projects and concerns can't move forward because you're spending all of your time defending yourself. The art for this card is as fiery as the Ace of Wands. Intentionally so, because the chaos of the Ace is definitely back, just without the delight of new discovery. You're going to have to once again snatch your project from the chaotic firmament. But this time, unlike with the Ace, you have experience. You've got this. You know how to do this. I always say this. You've got this, or I've got this. It's good. You know how to do this when there are no voices questioning you. Now's the time to relearn how to focus while the world shouts in your face. Ooh. Ooh. You gotta tell me what you thought of that reading, because I think it was pretty cool. But I don't know how you felt. General love. Jeff Donahue, hello. Well, I mean, I don't have any spreads, I think, that lend themselves specifically to love. What I could do is read you a body, mind, spirit as like a check-in for yourself, or I could do a little 3-card past, present, future, perhaps. Yay, Mom, I'm glad you liked the reading. Yeah, I mean, of course I don't know every detail of your life, but knowing what I know, I thought it was pretty bang on. Seemed to suit you. Body, mind, spirit for Jeff. All right, let's do it. When I decided to do this stream, I really wasn't sure if anybody else would actually want readings, or if I was just gonna, read for myself and drink wine. But this is cool. It'll be different doing it for people I don't know, because I can't really confirm anything that's going on, but all right. Oh, I managed to make them all upside down again. Great. Ooh. Ooh, we've got a major arcana. Is this our first major arcana of the night? I think it might be. It's a gorgeous card too, the moon. Oh, I love Maggie Stiefvater's artwork. It's gorgeous. Okay, so Jeff Donahue for mind. Nope, body. Just kidding. For body, you've got 4 of Swords. Ooh, looks like you need to take a break. Keywords for 4 of Swords are rest, recuperation, and exhaustion. Taken in order of the cards of the Sword suit, the rest urged by this card makes total sense. After the grueling agony of the 3 of Swords, it's logical that you might want to curl up in a corner and pant in a sorry way for a while. If you pull this card in the middle of an otherwise active spread, however, you might be annoyed at its advice to be still and contemplative. The 4 of Swords urges you to retreat or convalesce to prepare yourself for the next battle. Frustrating advice when you feel ready to go marching to war. This card urges you to hesitate, however, and take a look at your emotional state. If you're coming here from the 3 of Swords, you've been through some eel-infested waters and you need to catch your breath. But if you feel prepared and surprised to see this card, the 4 is asking you to double check. Make sure that you've thought of everything before you plunge on. Are you really ready? So that was for body. This is for mind. You've got 9 of Swords. Keywords for 9 of Swords are depression, introversion, and fear. This card is perhaps the most fearful in the deck, which is impressive, because when it appears, there may, in fact, be absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Of course, there might be everything to be afraid of, too, but this card isn't particularly concerned with that. The 9 of Swords looks at the weather conditions inside you, not outside your window, and report is 100% rain with a chance of hail or the end of the world. This is the depression card. Whether it is earned or not, you cannot stop yourself of thinking the worst. Sometimes it's something that's already happened, something you can't forget, maybe the heartbreak of the 3 of Swords, or maybe it's something that you fear will happen, maybe the absolute ending of the 10 of Swords. Either way, you live in a toxic black mire of fear or guilt. Oh, this is rough. I'm sorry. I wish I could give everyone really triple readings. It's not wrong to feel this way, but it's impossible to live this way. Well, that's good. That's good, like, advice in general, I think. Like, valid, like, your feelings are valid, but, like, check yourself. It's good. Nothing gets done when you're in the 9 of Swords. Everything turns inward, and eventually your introspection paralyzes you entirely. Unlike the 4 of Swords, which encourages inaction, the 9 of Swords isn't condoning this paralysis. Oh, that's so interesting, because it specifically called out the 4 of Swords, which you got in body. Oh, that's so interesting. So it's saying, like, take a break, but, like, maybe don't sit there for too long. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Sorry, geeking out. Tanea? I'm sorry. I may have just butchered your name. I'm so sorry, but absolutely, I can read right after this one. I've lost my spot because I got really excited. Unlike the 4 of Swords, which encourages inaction, 9 of Swords isn't condoning this paralysis. Yes. This isn't useful introspection. You're not meditating or learning anything about yourself. Get up, dust yourself off, and start making active solutions. Boom. So good. Cool. I like that rounded out at the end. It looked really dire for a second there, but, like, it's okay. Okay, and for spirit, you've got the moon. Oh, hello. Keywords for the moon are fear, dreaming, illusion. Imagine you're walking in a landscape lit only by moonlight. Dark shapes surround you, and without any light, you can't be sure if that object closest to you is a boulder or a bear. You're pretty sure, though, that it's a bear. You hurry down the path. Is there a path? There's not enough illumination for you to be certain that there's even a path. So you're just hurrying, on your way, whichever way that might be. You're not sure if you're headed toward peril or comfort, or even if you're only going around in circles. The only comfort you have, really, is that the night can only go on so long, and eventually day will arrive with the sun and the clarity that brings. Until then, you'll have to make do with the moonlight and the unfeeling stars. All of this, is the moon card. Many people read the moon as a negative card, and it's true that it is not a comfortable place to be, but I've never minded seeing it in my readings. I've always read it as a card of dreamy possibility. Sure, the scary part of this card is that anything is possible, but the wonderful, crazy part of this card means that anything is possible. A lot of good ideas can come out of this liminal space of tilting unease. Just like a dream which might turn out to be either terrifying or wonderful, the ultimate tone is often decided by how you choose to view the world around you. Walk through the moonlit landscape expecting to find more boulders than bears, and you'll be surprised at how often daylight proves you right. Amazing. Amazing. That was a really good reading. You'll tell me what you thought of it. I think it was really interesting. I think it's really interesting the way that all really tied together. So it was cool because it was like, you know, you're taking a break right now. Maybe you're sort of focusing on yourself, but like don't sit there for too long. You need to actually take action, and then you have all this possibility once you decide to take action. That was pretty cool. I liked that. Okay, Tanea, do you want like a body, mind, spirit type of reading, or would you like sort of a past, present, future type of reading? Hi, Mark. Rest is good because of insomnia. Fears related to my old job. I can relate. Wow, cool. I'm glad it worked out. Uthlek. Yes, of course. You can get a reading as well. Body, mind, spirit. Okay. Let's do this. For Tanea. What a beautiful name. Wow. Alex wants a reading. Okay, cool. I gotta keep track. I wasn't expecting everyone to want readings. Okay. This one. I am gonna have to start keeping a list. I had it a second ago because there were only like one person at a time. I wasn't expecting this. Body, mind, spirit. Ooh, cups. Got some feelings here, and we got like a lot of fire and passion up in here. Ooh, yes. Love me some wands. Okay, body, 6 of Cups. Body or like physical world, I guess is kind of the. Okay, I'm ignoring my wine. Sorry. Okay. 6 of Cups. Keywords are nostalgia, childhood, and revisitation. This is the nostalgia card. Its theme of looking back might seem very similar to the 5 of Cups obsession with what has paused, but I generally read the 6 as a positive card. You're looking at the past just like in the 5, but unlike in the 5, there's no pain. Of course, excessive nostalgia can keep you from moving forward. The past tends to look rosier than it was, so it's not difficult to get caught in a stereotypical, when I was a kid, talk. Nostalgia can be incredibly stifling if all you do with it is compare it to the present and find the present constantly coming up short. But if you instead use your memories to be grateful for the life you've lived so far and to remind you of the things that are important to you, they can be a powerful tool for helping you move forward. Sometimes you just can't figure out what you want out of the future until you compare your current state to what you wanted in the past. The raven on this card regards 6 bubbles with childlike wonder, and often that is what the 6 is asking from you. Revisit old memories, approach new relationships with the same innocent enthusiasm as you did before your heart was broken, and remember all the wonderful things you've experienced so far. Keep a positive heart, and that list will only grow. Ooh, that's so cute. So that was body, so mind, 8 of Wands. I think this is the, like, things are in action card, if I recall correctly. Oh, that's swords. Am I going? Oh, there we go. 8 of Wands. Keywords: quick action, force, movement. Finally, everything has fallen into place where the 8 of Wands appears. You have a goal in mind. Experience surges through you. You know you have the skills to accomplish it. There might be a few obstacles, but even they are easily surmountable. You already know how you're going to tackle them, so now's the time to move. Don't hesitate, because this wide open opportunity might not reappear for a long time. It's wise, too, to remember that it's your positivity that's driving the energy of this card. Oh, love that's tying in. Like, this was a very, like, positive card, like, childlike wonder, and just your positivity that's driving this action forward. Ooh, so good. Even though circumstances may have aligned to make this card easier for you, it's still your own confidence and skills that are making this a sure bet. So believe in yourself and send your creative arrows over the ramparts. Your ideas are good, they're hot, and they need to move with decisive strength now. Don't wait, now. It's in all caps. Cool, and Ace of Wands for Spirit. Aces are gifts or opportunities from the universe, or spirit, or whatever you want to call it. So keywords for the Ace of Wands are creativity, energy, passion, enthusiasm. Wow, this is so good. This is so positive. This card symbolizes raw creativity, inspiration, beginning, opportunity. As an artist of many sorts, I love pulling the Ace of Wands. It's giving me permission to fall in love with a brand new project, to start something new, to hurl kindling onto a tiny spark of an idea. The longer I practice my art, the more patient I tend to be with new projects. I let them linger inside my mind until they're ready for me to make them a physical thing. This hibernation period makes for nuanced and specific art, but it also makes it easy for a project to never feel ready. The Ace of Wands means that sometimes you're not going to ever feel ready. Act now. Just jump. Ooh, see? Like action, action, action. Take action. Ooh, good, good. Tying in. If you're a perfectionist, it can be hard to accept that a new idea doesn't arrive fully formed. It's imperfect, underdeveloped, sometimes ugly, and other times hard to explain to others. If it was anything more, it wouldn't be the Ace. The Ace isn't for anyone, it's for you. Of course, there can be drawbacks. Like most new love, the Ace of Wands burns hot, fast, and pure. It can be a little too single-minded in its absorption over a new project. Often other things will be obscured by the light of its furious flashpoint. I tend to say, let the wildfire take you. This is an opportunity you're not going to want to pass up, even if it goes terribly wrong. It'll be memorable. When you see this card, let loose and fan the flames. A fiery journey is underway. Ooh, ooh, that one was good. I wish everyone's readings could be as positive as that. That was good. You'll have to tell me what you thought of it. Did you relate? I hope so, because it was really, really good. Start that project. Do the thing. Be positive. You've got the skills. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think next up would be Uthlak, which I feel like you always need to say with, like, this like, tone. You're welcome! I hope you liked it. Oh, Uthlak. Uthlak, or can I use your name? Seems weird. Do you want body, mind, spirit, or do you want past, present, future? Something about self-love. I mean, if we do, like, I mean, I feel like if we do a body, mind, spirit, then it might tell you about that if that's something that's on your mind. Because normally if people have like really actual big deep questions, we would do like a big like Celtic cross spread or something, but also that's takes a ton of time. So body, mind, spirit, I think. Okay, so body, mind, spirit for Ooth Black. And yes, Mark, I can totally do past, present, future. I think there's still my friend Alex first, and then Mark, you'll be up. This live is awesome. Thank you. This one is calling to me. Okay. Body, mind, spirit. Again, with the upside down. Why? Just anticipating new Stranger Things? I don't know how to hold cards. Who knows? Any of these things can be true. What do we got here? We've got a King of Wands, Queen of Swords. You've got royalty and Ace of Coins. So court cards represent people. That person can be you, can be aspects of your personality that you either want to turn up or turn down, depending on its placement and the connotation of what it's telling you. But sometimes the court cards can actually represent other people in your life who represent those qualities for you. So for King and Queen, just keep that in mind. It might be talking about you, but it might be talking about a person in your life. King of Wands. King of Wands. Keywords: inspiration, ethics, leadership, boldness. Ooh. Edge 88. Yes. I really should be keeping a list. I think we've got Alex and then Mark and then you. As long as you all are paying attention to that, I will also try to remember collectively. We'll keep a list in our minds. Okay, King of Wands. King of Wands is much like the Ten of Wands. Both seem like they should epitomize the creativity suit, and yet both of them have much more to do with responsibility than the actual act of creating. The King is the least actively creative of any of the Wand court cards. Even though she's not making things herself, however, she is still deeply interested in creative people, and this is where her strength lies, in leadership. There's no one quite like the King of Wands for knowing how to bring out the best in other artists and idea makers. That's good, because one thing a lot of creative types aren't gifted at is organization and delegation. The King is an actual king in this department. She can bring people together with a united idea and make them stronger as a whole than they were as individuals. One of the King's faults, however, is that she always sees the best in people and the world. All of her ideas come from that place of fierce and ethical optimism. That doesn't seem like it should be a fault, but no one is flawless, and plans that rely on the perfection of all parties are destined to come up short. Remember to work for the ideal, but be ready to accept the practical. I chose fiery antlers for this card to echo the responsible sentiment of the Ten of Wands, but unlike the heavy antlers in the Ten, these are on fire with purpose. Hold your head high when you see this card and lead the way. Ooh, Matisse, yes, okay. Matisse after Edge 88. Rachel. We'll say Rachel. This is nice. Ooh, Jen, okay. Oh, Jeff Donahue, you angel. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh, you guys are wonderful. Thank you. I didn't even... Aw, guys, thank you. Okay. Queen of Swords. So that was body, or like physical, or you know, like I said, court cards tend to represent people. So mind. Queen of Swords. Ooh, I wonder if it's because it's mind. It's like who you're thinking of. I don't know. Really, you'll have to tell me how you relate to it. It is weird for me to do readings for people distance-wise. Queen of Swords. Keywords: clarity, honesty, critical, insightful. The Queen of Swords sees the harsh, cold truth of everything, and then she tells people about it. She isn't in touch with her emotions, not because they are blocked, but because she doesn't see the value in them, and so there's nothing to temper the truth. It isn't that she is wrong. It's that she can't stop herself from revealing the truth, no matter how hurtful it is. Sometimes this is useful because it can be hard to be objective about a bad situation when you're in the middle of it, and it can be nice to have a clever and impartial judge to help you make a choice that stymies you. But often, the Queen of Swords finds herself alone. Her wise sword has too much blood smeared on it to provide comfort. Truth, the whole truth, is often too much, especially if the other party feels that you're not applying the same level of harsh discernment to yourself. And the Queen can seem cruel, too, because sometimes she is. When she's feeling low, she can't resist getting in a jab here or there. When this card appears, the cutting blade emerging from the pool of truth, it sometimes means that you need to be the queen, powerful and in control of your emotions, wise and impartial. And sometimes it means that you feel that you are being unfairly seen as the queen. You might be an undemonstrative person, or you might be frustrated by friends or family who seem unwilling to change obvious problems in their lives. And sometimes you really are the Queen of Swords with all her thin truth facing an alien field of other people's emotions. If that's the case, you don't have to learn to give comfort. You only have to learn to sometimes hold your tongue. Ooh. Jen, oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, thank you so much. That's wonderful. Guys. Kate Hudson would also like a reading. Okay, so we're going to do Ace of Coins, Spirit. Oops, passed it. Okay, keywords. Girl needs some wine. Keywords: Ace of Coins, potential, prosperity, beginnings, opportunity. Ooh, love aces. The Ace of Coins represents opportunity. It is not a guarantee of concrete success, nor even a promise, but it's an open door, a possibility. Sometimes this card literally indicates a gift of money, or the successful securing of a grant or some other monetary windfall. Other times it is simply a shot at a new job, and sometimes it is the excitement of a career idea. Either way, the appearance of this card says, don't spend that money, invest it. Use whatever good fortune or energy this card represents to start something bigger. The art on the card features a tiny rose seedling. Its best use is a long-term one. Plant it in the ground and find out what you need to do to take care of it. Don't feel discouraged that it's only a seedling. Before this moment, you didn't even have that. And if you work hard, one day you'll have roses. Now, Boothflack. I know you wanted something about self-love, and I think although coins are usually based in earth and more practical things, I think this could be maybe the seedling of growing that love that you have for yourself and growing into just like being more confident or whatever it is that you're looking for. Jen, yes, I can explain. So, body, mind, spirit is exactly like this, starting with body, mind, and spirit at the top, and it's like a personal check-in with yourself. So just like a quick overview of like how you're feeling in all of these areas. And then past, present, future is not strictly fortune telling, like we're not here to, do magic, but kind of past influences on your life, current influences on your life, and potential future possibilities, if that helps. Next up we have Alex. Try not to drop the cards everywhere. I usually do, though. See? They try to escape. That was really good. The body and mind card explanations sound like they were written specifically with me in mind, and I have been working on growing myself lately, so that spirit card really fits. Ooh! Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Yay! I'm glad you liked your reading. This is a totally new experience for me, doing readings for people who aren't literally in the room with me, and sometimes people I don't even know. I'm glad to know that this is working out. This is who you are. Stay the course. Yes. Yes. Oh, see, these cards are great. Okay, so for Alex, who's being represented by Devin. This one says Alex to me. Okay. Alex wanted... Did Alex say what she wanted? What type of reading? Did we say this in the chat already? I just missed it. No, I don't think we said. Devin/Alex, what type of reading? What type of reading do you want? Curious to see how the cards play for the people you know on a more personal level, since it's so distant. Yeah. So far the people I know it's worked out really, really well for, and I think I've only read for one or two that I don't know. They both said it was good. It is very different reading for people I don't know. I don't know your life. I don't know what it's relating to for you. And Kate Hudson would also like general reading. Would you like, so both the types of readings I'm doing, I guess is just what we're doing now, which is cool. The types of readings I'm doing are body, mind, spirit, or past, present, future. So Kate, tell me which one you would like. The swig of wine before answering. Always the swig of wine. I'm normally a white wine girl, but with this fall mood lately, I'm just like vibing red wine. I feel like Alex and Devin might have disappeared. I think we might. Who was next on the list? Mark was next. And Mark, you totally told me what you wanted, I think. Did you? Yeah, past, present, future. You did. Okay, I'm going to reshuffle and do Mark's reading. And Alex, my love, I will come back to you if you appear. So, we're shuffling with Mark in mind. All right, I think this is the first past, present, future. I think we've done all body, mind, spirit up to this point. Past, present, future. What now? I've clearly put cards in upside down now. Good. Okay. Nine of Swords, which we've seen once tonight already. Queen of Cups. So like I said, court cards can represent qualities in yourself as a person, or it might represent a person in your life. And Four of Wands. Okay. Past. Nine of Swords. Ah, yes, this was the depression and introversion card. Okay. Get ready. But it's in the past. We're okay. This card is perhaps the most fearful in the deck, which is impressive because when it appears, there may in fact be absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Of course, there might be everything to be afraid of too, but this card isn't particularly concerned with that. I'm sorry if this is repeat for anyone, but just in case people are tuning in now or didn't hear it earlier. The Nine of Swords looks at the weather conditions inside you, not outside your window, and the report is 100% rain with a chance of hail or the end of the world. Oh, so yes, Mark brings up a good point that upside down cards can mean something different. This depends on who you are as a reader and also the deck that you're using. So some tarot readers really pay attention to reversals, and some decks actually have like different sections in their descriptions to say like if it's right side up it means this, if it's reversed it means this. The way Maggie intended, the author and artist of these cards, the way she intended them to be read is that the cards are already so nuanced. Like almost every card has a duality to it. So you don't really need to look at it like a whole different thing if they're upside down. So that's the way she intended these cards to be read. With one of my other decks, I actually do pay more attention to when they're upside down because there's a different section at the bottom of each description that's a little bit more, not like negative, but like a warning. So anyways, that's about reversals. Okay, so this is the depression card. Whether it is earned or not, you cannot stop yourself of thinking of the worst. Sometimes it's something that's already happened, something you can't forget, maybe the heartbreak of the Three of Swords, or maybe it's something that you fear will happen, maybe the absolute ending of the Ten of Swords. Either way, you live in a toxic black mire of fear or guilt. It's not wrong to feel this way, but it's impossible to live this way. Nothing gets done when you're in the Nine of Swords. Everything turns inward, and eventually your introspection paralyzes you entirely. Unlike the Four of Swords, which encourages inaction, the Nine of Swords isn't condoning this paralysis. This isn't useful introspection. You're not meditating or learning anything about yourself. Get up, dust yourself off, and start making active solutions. Alex would love Body, Mind, Spirit. Okay, so we'll flip and I'll do Alex next because we missed her. Yeah, yeah. And Jen wants past, present, future. Okay. Is Michelle still around? Could you potentially update the list if you don't mind? I'm putting you to work. Should like make you a moderator. Or Jeff Donahue if you're still there. Okay. Past. Yes, I do know you, and yeah, that's a thing. So, Queen of Cups. We got some Queen of some emotional cups. Whoops. Passed it. Okay. Queen of Cups. Spirituality, otherness, and mystery. I very much enjoy this card. I'd like to be the Queen of Cups. She is spiritual, artistic, dreamy, and deeply in touch with her subconscious. She is supposed to be psychic, and even if she isn't, she appears to be because of her surprising insight into other people. She's a watcher, a mirror, a lover of the other side. She is very like the High Priestess of the Major Arcana, but unlike the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups is deeply interested in the affairs of other people. They come to her for advice, and she uses her gentle insight to cunningly tease out secrets and wisdom, helping them to use their dreams to guide them, just as she uses her own dreams to guide her. She can be easily exasperated by practical interests, however. It is not that she cannot apply herself to an everyday problem if it is handed to her. It is that she dreams spiritual wonders every night and can't quite see how you can imagine that paying the telephone bill on time ranks anywhere near as important in the relative scheme of things. Oh, that's kind of cute. When the Queen of Cups appears in your reading, it's a sign to tap into your dreams and subconscious. I wouldn't be afraid of falling into the Queen of Cups' spiritually rich world of wonders and impossibilities. But then again, as I've admitted, I'm biased. See, this is why I'm telling you I love Maggie Seafatter's writing, because it's like she gives her opinion on the cards, too. It's very cute. Okay. Michelle, you're an angel. Thank you so much. Okay. Past, present, future. Four of Wands. Oops. Come back. Okay. Four of Wands. Stability, resting, happiness, first completion. Like all of the fours, the Four of Wands represents stability of some kind. In many decks, the art on this card features a wedding, and that's a pretty solid way to read this card. A wedding is both an ending and a beginning. End of a courtship, beginning of a life together. It's a joyful resting spot, but it's not a place to stay. The Four of Wands signals some kind of completion, a moment to pause and admire what you've accomplished, often with friends. You felt the creative fire in the Ace, tamed it in the 2, established it in the 3, and now you find yourself in the agreeable, liminal space of the 4. I've chosen 4 candles for the art, firstly because they are a stable form of the fire of the first 3 cards, and secondly because I tend to read this card with slightly more dissatisfaction than most. I'm a restless soul, always jonesing for the next thing, and any sort of pause tends to make me itchy. I relate, Megan Fodder, I relate. It's good to learn to appreciate the pleasant celebration of this card, and there's nothing wrong with longing for it after the work of the first 3 wands in the suit, but 4 diminutive candles are far from endgame for the fiery potential inside you. Enjoy the moment, but keep your eyes up. There's farther to go. This guy getting married in 2 weeks. I know! That's why I laughed as soon as I read it. That's wild. Oh my god, that's why I giggled. Oh, that's why, see, that's why it's fun to read for people that I actually kind of know something that's going on, because then, like, my reaction is real, too. Yes, congrats, Mark. Yeah. Yeah, that last part was, there's always more work to be done. Michelle, you are a true angel. I'm sorry, I've just kind of, like, unceremoniously made you, like, moderator of this chat. Okay, so next up we will do Alex, because we missed her before, so Alex wants body, mind, spirit. So we're going to shuffle with Alex in mind. You're welcome, Mark. Trying to tame that Irish wanderlust this time. Oh, Mark. Irish to Irish. I hear ya. Yes, Michelle's awesome. Everyone, tell Michelle how amazing she is. She's one of my best friends, in case anyone is wondering. Okay, so with Alex in mind, sorry, I'm saying that out loud kind of for myself, just so I, like, remember what I'm doing. I get lost when I'm shuffling. With Alex in mind, this one. And Alex wanted body, mind, spirit. Body, mind, spirit. This is why I'm saying I, like, shove the cards in the deck in different places and then shuffle, and then so that if we get them again, we know it's, like, for realsies, because now we've got 4 of Wands again. She's a gift to know. Yes, she is a gift to know. I'll share a weird idiosyncrasy with everyone. If you see me looking at my wine glass, my lipstick makes a lip print, and I always like to drink from the same side all the time so that I don't lip print the whole glass, because that irks me. Why? I don't know. You're welcome for that insight to my weirdness. So, okay, so I'm gonna look it up again in terms of, in context. I'm not gonna read the whole thing again because we literally just read it, but in terms of body for Alex, it's stability, resting, happiness, and first completion. Now, I do know Alex, so I'm cheating a little bit here, but in terms of body, I would say she's going through some pretty big body changes in a positive way, and I think that is totally what this card is saying, like, positive, happy beginnings and stuff, and then that end part is so clear. Enjoy the moment, but keep your eyes up. There's farther to go. So in terms of, I think, personally, again, I'm cheating because I know you, but, like, it's your health is on the up, and you've got to keep working. And there's more to go, more to gain. So, body, mind, I'm going to skip ahead to Page of Wands, which I feel like we also had tonight. We're getting a lot of wands. You guys are fiery people. Loving it. Oh, I got this one at the beginning of the night. Yes. Mind. Page of Wands is an enthusiastic firecracker of an individual, the living embodiment of the Ace of Wands. Courageous, she's childlike, confident, and undaunted by all the things she has yet to learn in the world. The raw spark of an idea is enough to put her into motion. Practical concerns aren't even on the radar, or if they are so vastly unimportant when compared to her singular interest in that new idea that they might as well be invisible. When you find the Page of Wands in a spread, it might mean that you need to find that sort of fearlessness and spontaneity in you. Strip away the burdens and concerns that might keep you from pursuing an idea and just let yourself be a creative visionary. Even if you know better than the page, who has never had to encounter adversity, try to channel her youthful optimism. The just struck match on the card reminds you to act quickly. The page is just the beginning. Apply that fire to a bigger project before it goes out. Good. Body, mind, spirit. Hierophant. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Keywords for the Hierophant are teacher, religion, conformity. It seems strange that religion, structure, rules, tradition is the external manifestation of something as nebulous as spirituality, but perhaps that's the only way we humans can cope with the possibility of something too big and too other to contain inside ourselves. The Hierophant is external form of the High Priestess, and so, as expected, often represents religion or a person positioned as a religious authority. He is all about upholding the conventional establishment, not just upholding it, but growing it. The art on the card shows the spiritual glow of the soul safely contained in a lantern, safely contained in a way that makes it easier to pass from hand to hand. This card can sometimes represent a belief system in its entirety, urging you to not make any dramatic or unconventional choices in a current matter, to stick with the tried and true. Or it can refer to a teacher or mentor appearing in your life, someone who believes in tradition and has a genuine talent for passing that passion on. In either case, know that the Hierophant stands for education and learning. Even if you cannot quite work out how the Hierophant figures in your life, it never hurts to dedicate yourself to the pursuit of wisdom. And Alex, being one of the smartest people I know, definitely pursues wisdom. Good. Alex, I hope you enjoyed that. Devin, since you're speaking for her, maybe you can let me know. So, next up we have Edge, which is Rachel. She did say her real name, so I'm going to use her real name. She wanted past, present, and future. So I'm shuffling with Rachel in mind. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm having fun. Again, trying not to drop the cards everywhere. At least if I do it this way, I'll drop them onto the table, not onto the floor. Thanks, Mish. Okay, with... Heck yes! Oh, Jen, you're so nice, thank you. With Rachel in mind. This one. Okay. Doing past, present, future. Past, present. What is with all the wands? Like, look, Kate, listen, I shuffled. Alright? Page of Wands really wants to be read tonight. Like, this card. It's like, hey, hello, I'm here. Wow. Wild. Deserves a cheers to the Page of Wands. Like, what? Okay, I'm not going to read this for a third time. This is wild. so in terms of past, well, okay, keywords: spark, curiosity, confidence. The just struck match on the card reminds you to act quickly. The page is just the beginning. Apply that fire to a bigger project before it goes out. So that makes sense. Sort of the curiosity and spark of past self. Oh, you didn't hear it. Oh, I'm sorry. I will read it for you. Okay. All right. Sorry if this is a repeat for anybody else. Page of Wands is an enthusiastic firecracker of an individual, the living embodiment of the Ace of Wands. Courageous, she's childlike, confident, and undaunted by all the things she has yet to learn in the world. The raw spark of an idea is enough to put her into motion. Practical concerns aren't even on the radar, or if they are so vastly unimportant when compared to her singular interest in that new idea that they might as well be invisible. When you find the Page of Wands in a spread, it might mean that you need to find that sort of fearlessness and spontaneity in you. Strip away the burdens and concerns that might keep you from pursuing an idea and just let yourself be a creative visionary. And you are a very creative person. I'm cheating again because I know Rachel. Even if you know better than the page who has never had to encounter adversity, try to channel her youthful optimism. The just struck match on the card reminds you to act quickly. The page is just the beginning. Apply that fire to the bigger project before it goes out. Yes. Okay, so did read it. Ace of Wands. Oops. Wow, you guys are getting so many wands. I'm loving this. Okay. Creativity, energy, passion, enthusiasm. So this is present influences in your life. This card symbolizes raw creativity, inspiration, beginning, opportunity. Ooh, Alex's cards are on the ball. Good. Yes. As an artist of many sorts, I love pulling the Ace of Wands. It's giving me permission to fall in love with a brand new project, to start something new, to hurl kindling onto a tiny spark of an idea. The longer I practice my art, the more patient I tend to be with new projects. I let them linger inside my mind until they're ready for me to make them a physical thing. This hibernation period makes for nuanced and specific art, but it also makes it easy for a project to never feel ready. The Ace of Wands means that sometimes you're not going to ever feel ready. Act now, just jump. If you're a perfectionist, it can be hard to accept that a new idea doesn't arrive fully formed. It's imperfect, underdeveloped, sometimes ugly, and other times hard to explain to others. If it was anything more, it wouldn't be the Ace. The Ace isn't for anyone else, it's for you. Of course, there can be drawbacks. Like most new love, the Ace of Wands burns hot, fast, and pure. It can be a little too single-minded in its absorption over a new project. Often, other things will be obscured by the light of its furious flashpoint. I tend to say, let the wildfire take you. This is an opportunity you're not going to want to pass up. Even if it goes terribly wrong, it'll be memorable. When you see this card, let loose and fan the flames. A fiery journey is underway. Card 2 came for her. Oh, yes. I like, these cards are kind of scary accurate sometimes, right? It's wild. I'm honestly so glad to know that it's working for people like at a distance and yeah. Future, 5 of Cups. 5s are sometimes kind of rough. Strap in. 5s are kind of rough, and then I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but whenever I get cups in general, I'm like, what are my emotions doing now? Like do we have to? Okay. Ugh. I don't want to read this one. Okay. 5 of Cups. Keywords: loss, solitude, sadness, grief. Ugh, sorry. All of the 5 symbolize adversity peculiar to their suit. So, of course, the 5 of Cups is about the loss of a relationship. Sometimes this can be sudden and unexpected, such as a friend moving away or the death of a loved one. But more often, this card hurts because you saw the parting of ways coming and couldn't or wouldn't stop it. Now you're stuck in an endless loop of wondering how you could have made it better or wishing that they would have seen the error of their ways. The biggest message of this cup is not the loss, however. It's a warning, like the 4 of Cups, to change your ways. Instead, the 5 of Cups appears when you're trapped in regret. All of your thoughts are preoccupied with what you've lost. But the art on the cup suggests the solution. Although the feathers symbolize the broken relationship, notice there's still another friend waiting nearby. Pull your eyes from the past and fix them on the future instead. Be grateful for what you have instead of grieving what you've lost, and move on. Oh, okay. I'm glad it at least had like that little positive spin at the end, because that is a rough card. I've gotten that in readings recently. So, Rachel, you'll have to let me know how you feel about that. So, next up we have Matisse with Past, Present, Future. Yes, the Hierophant card. I found that one really interesting. Like, I do know Alice, but I don't know... I don't know specifically how that might relate, but I guess we shall see. Okay. I am shuffling with... Oh, I didn't knock on the cards. I am shuffling with Matisse in mind. Also, a very pretty name. Yeah, the last card has an opportunity, but also to be blindsided no matter what it's referring to. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of... It's... Okay. Just throwing things. It's one of those cards, like... At least it does say that you were expecting it, or, like, you will be... I don't think you will be blindsided by it. Oh, God. I'm just going to drop cards everywhere. Okay. With Matisse in mind... This one? I don't know if Matisse is still around. I feel like this is taking so long, and people are potentially leaving. Do we wait a second maybe and see if Matisse is still there? If not, maybe we'll skip to... Oh, you can tag people. That makes sense. Don't know why I didn't think of that. Michelle, the angel of my life. Yeah, if Matisse is still around, we'll just wait a second, and then if they're not there, then we'll read for Jen. Yeah, all the wands, like attracts like, yes, right? I mean, I do tend to surround myself with, like, creative types. I would say pretty much all of my friends are creative in some sort of way, and so, like, this fiery creative suit just making its appearance here checks out. Okay, you know what? I'm going to shuffle for Jen. I'm going to remember to... Ooh, throwing things. What? Stop. Stay. Wow. This card's assassing me. I'm going to shuffle for Jen. We'll come back to Matisse. If they come back. Shuffling for Jen. Does anyone else sing what they do? Is that a thing? Okay. Jen in mind. I'll go with this one. Jen was past, present, future. Past, present, future. Ooh, coins this time. And wands, because, you know, we got a thing going on. Ah, Matisse, you are still there. Okay, you will be next up. I'm sorry. I'm going to read for Jen real quick first. So, King of Coins. So court cards can be qualities in yourself or someone in your life. And this is your past influences. Rachel, this is awesome. I hope to do this again soon. Yes, thank you for tuning in. King of Coins. Keywords, business, competence, stability, wealth. The King of Coins has the best head for business that you could hope for, but you would never know it to hear it from her. She doesn't need to boast. She knows that the best proof of competence is in the actual results. And oh, does she have results. She is the personal embodiment of the 10 of Coins, absolute wealth and fulfillment, and she knows how to get results again and again and again. She knows the recipe of diligence and risk and firmness that results in practical perfection, and she sticks to it. There's no one quite like her for pragmatic matters, and if you put an issue in her hands, rest assured that it will get done. The drawback to the King of Coins is that she embodies the conservatism and traditionalism of the suit. She knows how to get results, and she doesn't like to veer from that. Her own ideas work fine. She would rather not hear yours. She likes to manage other people, not listen to them. Not that she'll fight with you about it. She knows that level-headed business is the way to go. She'll just nod and then do what she was going to do anyway, possibly sending you a memo later so you can note the discrepancies between her idea and yours. There's one other drawback to the king, although if it's turned in your service, it might not seem like a drawback. The king is exceptionally slow to anger because most things just don't affect her quality of life. But when she does get angry, she will take you down with the same methodical diligence she applies to everything else in her life. The art shows a productive bloom that is the King of Coins' carefully crafted success. It also shows the thorns she would use to diligently disembowel you if you managed to anger her. Ooh, it's rough. Matisse, I'm following the readings and I'm happy to find out they're happy with the readings. Yes, me too. Ace of Wands. We did just have this one too. I will summarize because we just read this. But Ace of Wands is creativity, energy, passion, and enthusiasm. So it's raw creativity, inspiration, beginning, opportunity, starting a new project. Yes. Yes, and I love this point at the end is I tend to say, let the wildfire take you. This is an opportunity you're not going to want to pass up. Even if it goes terribly wrong, it'll be memorable. When you see this card, let loose and fan the flames. A fiery journey is underway. So, Jen, I don't know what's up in your life, but I'm going to guess from the fact that we've got two coins here, because coins are most of the time literally talking about money. Not always. It's more practical things in life, but because you've got two, and then this one is talking about the start of a project and throwing yourself into it, I'm thinking maybe you're a little bit focused on something career-wise, a new project maybe, something that can make you some money. That's my guess. Tell me if I'm way off. I don't know. So 9 of Coins for your future is abundance, satisfaction, accomplishment, and success. I love this because this is saying like you're super business. Well, okay, again, court card could be about someone else in your life, but I'm going to pretend it's about you because I'm writing this story in my head. So you're super business-minded and skilled, and you know what the heck is up. You have a new project in mind. Oh, you're working on some great projects right now. There you go. So new projects, lots of fiery creativity, new beginnings, and then this, like your future is just like golden. You're great. So this is a lovely card to turn over when you've been working at something for a long time. The full bloom on the 9 of Coins, the first fully open rose pictured in the suit, indicates that your efforts have finally come to fruition. You've reached a place where you're not only stable, but you also have more than enough. Worries about material goods no longer niggle in the back of your mind when you sleep at night. You can now make career choices based upon what is artistically exciting or spiritually enriching for you rather than what will put bread on the table. That freedom is perhaps what makes this card better than the 10. Although the wealth pictured in the 10 is greater, the 9 of coins is enough. It is plenty. It is not too much. It is just enough to allow you to be whoever you'd like to be. The coins are not a spiritual suit, but the abundance in this card means that you can now afford to turn your mind to non-career matters, which often makes it spiritual by default. This card urges you to look around yourself and enjoy what you have. Do you need more? Have you been taking the time to bask in the other opportunities such as success allows you? Don't squander it, but take the time to live. You've earned it. Ooh! That was a great reading. I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, we're going to jump back. We're going to do Matisse now. I'm so sorry that I skipped you earlier. I just didn't know if you were still there. And Matisse, you wanted past, present, future. Let's do it. No, hang on. 1 second. Very important. One. Oh yes, and Kate is after Matisse. We need to find out what reading Kate wanted. If Kate's still there. You're welcome, Jen. I'm glad you liked it. That was a really positive one. I really wish all the readings could just be positive. That would be my favorite thing. Michelle, you're just doing everything for me. I love you. Okay, for Matisse. This one. I just fell into the role. I know. You're my natural organizer. That's why I love you. That's why we get along. Past, present, future. Oh, I don't think I've read, because like I've said, this is a new deck to me. So some of these cards, like I haven't even read them before because I haven't personally got them in a reading, so I don't think I've actually read Judgment yet. Past influences on your life, 4 of Cups. Apathy, waste, taking for granted, self-absorption. Initially, nothing seems wrong with this card. It represents existing relationships that appear to be fine. They are not contentious. Everything is fine. But beneath the surface, things are not fine. This card is a warning that relationships are not being tended to. You're thinking more about your own needs than the other people in your life, and you're taking the great relationships of the first 3 Cups cards for granted. The good news is that this card is a warning. It's giving you, let's not forget this is past, so this is not the nicest card. The good news is that this card is a warning. It's giving you plenty of heads up so you can reinforce those relationships again. Start asking yourself what other people need to feel comfortable. If it seems like a chore, ask yourself why. Is it because something they did, or is it because other areas of your life are taking too much of your time for you to be a quality partner or friend? The best course of action is always to ask yourself how you'd like to be treated. I chose Reflected Ravens to convey the apathy of this card. Gone is the joyful play of the 3 of Cups. They're both thinking about themselves instead. That's no way to be a friend. Oh, that's rough. Do you find readings exhausting, or does it fill you with energy? It's not exhausting. I get a little stressed. I have a little anxiety, and I'm like worried that like people aren't gonna like it, or I'm gonna tell them something that maybe they didn't want to hear or something. So I get a bit of anxiety about it, but for the most part, I enjoy doing readings. I really get a kick out of when people find them accurate. Ooh, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but there are some sirens outside. Noisy Montreal. So present influences in your life, Queen of Wands. This Wands suit is back. We've got a Queen, which, as I say, court cards can represent you or someone in your life. You might have a Queen of Wands, or you might be the Queen of Wands. Yeah, the siren was loud. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Montreal. Also, I don't know, this is only going to relate to like one or two people here, but if anyone's lived in both Ottawa and Montreal, the sirens in Montreal sound sad. Like in Ottawa, they sound like sirens, like there's an emergency, there's a fire truck, there's an ambulance, there's something. And in Montreal, they just sound like, oh no, here we go again. Like, I don't know what it is. The sound is just so loud. I just thought you squeaked really loud. No, although I do squeak occasionally, mainly if I get cold. Okay, present influence for Matisse, Queen of Wands. Creativity, passion, ferocity, confidence. Yes. Queen of Wands breathes fire. She's powerful, ambitious, creative, and she's not afraid of all the challenges that come with those three things. Ooh, she knows what she wants. The world. Ooh, that's so good. Although she can be stubborn, she knows what she wants after all, and she's pretty sure she knows best how to get it. She attracts others to her because of her generosity of spirit. It can be appealing, too, to hand your problems over to her, because she will use her ferocity and passion to tackle them with the same energy as she tackles her own. In fact, she might take them from you against your will because the queen is so certain that she has the best solution to problems that it's difficult for her to let a bad situation fester without her interference. This maternal protection is both the best and worst thing about the Queen of Wands. She's gifted at balancing her own ambitions with the needs of her brood, but she can also be overbearing and vicious when she feels her turf is being threatened. All of the wands make bad enemies, but the queen finds it hard to let go. When you see the queen, it's a reminder that all of us are capable of breathing fire. Be certain that the situation needs your steam and then blast away. Ooh, that's so good. Oh, aren't you excited for winter? Sirens to move your cars in the morning. Yes, if anyone else lives in Montreal, they drive around these little trucks because no one has driveways in Montreal. Everyone parks on the street because driveways just don't exist here. They drive their trucks around with sirens blasting at you to move your car off the street to where I don't know because, like I said, there's no driveways, so that they can plow the streets. And it's wild and it drives me insane. My français is dusty. Cute, but your franglais is bang on. And my brain works in franglais now anyways, so you're doing great. I mean, Montreal is really kind of franglais. I mean, we all say bonjour, hi. Like, I have not watched the SNL skit yet about Montreal. I mean, I'm excited to see it, though. Apparently they roasted us pretty good. So, future influences for Matisse. We've got Judgment, which I think is the Libra card, if I recall correctly. This is my card. Judgment, meditation, looking back. This is the second to last card in the cycle of the major arcana, and this card invites you to take a look at where you've been. Frequently mistaken for justice, and vice versa, it's simpler to remember the meaning of this card if you think of it as Judgment Day, although it is not really an external reckoning. Instead, this is about you looking back over your events in your life, using the objectivity given by time and experience to think about what really happened. Once you consider who you have been, whether you were right or wrong, how you have improved or not, you can decide who you want to be from now on using that wisdom. Ooh, really like that. When judgment appears in your life, it's giving you a third opportunity to drastically change your direction. It's not the frightening transformation of the Death card, nor the fiery destruction of the Tower card. Instead, now that you've survived those changes, you're standing at a crossroads with an opportunity to become something new once more. This time with your eyes wide open. You don't have to. You can stay the way you are now. This card isn't a warning. But if you want to have time to start the cycle back over again, to have another chance to begin again at the Fool and learn even more about the world and yourself, you're going to have to change. This card doesn't tell you which is right or wrong, but I will. Slough that skin. Start over again. Ah, see? I love the way Maggie writes this. She always throws in her opinion. That's good. So you basically have an opportunity, or you will have, this is future possibilities, you will have the opportunity to stay as you are or start over again and learn a whole bunch more about yourself and the world. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, Mom, you saw the SNL skit. It was good? I was seeing all these news articles about it saying that like people got real upset about it, and I was like, well, do they have no sense of humor? Like, my name is Maddie. I'm wondering if I should apologize to my ex Jason or leave it be. Well, I can't tell you specifically what to do in said situation, but what I could do for you, I think we're done the list of people now. So I just read from Matisse. Oh, there's still Kate. I don't know if Kate's still around. Kate didn't answer her tag either, so maybe Kate is not around anymore. So in that case, Maddie, I can read for you, and I can't answer such a specific question, but I could do a past, present, future for you, and it might help give some insight as to what you should do. Let me know if that's what you want to do. The other one I can do is a body, mind, spirit spread, which is like a personal check-in with yourself and how you're feeling. So maybe that works better for you. Let me know which one you want. Take anything, that's fine by me, thank you. Awesome. What works better? It's an emotional situation, so I'm gonna say let's do. Oh, future and past would be preferred. Okay, past, present, future. Let's do it. So do this. The lag is real here. Oh my god, I know. Yeah. For Maddie. This one. Future and past would be preferred. So, past, present, future. Everything's upside down. All right, we've got two major... See, judgment popped up again. Wow, okay. Got two major arcana, so we can tell this is an emotional situation. And we've got the Knight of Swords. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So, past influences. So this is a judgment card, which we just read. But Maddie, I don't know if you were here for it. I will quickly read it again. Sorry if it's repeat for people. This is the second to last card in the cycle of major arcana, and this card invites you to take a look at where you've been. Frequently mistaken for justice and vice versa, it's simple to remember the meaning of this card if you think of it as Judgment Day, although it is not really an external reckoning. Instead, this is about you looking back over the events of your life, using the objectivity given by time and experience to think about what really happened. Once you consider who you have been, whether you were right or wrong, how you have improved or not, you can decide who you want to be from now on using that wisdom. When judgment appears in your life, it's giving you a third opportunity to drastically change your direction. It's not the frightening transformation of the Death card, nor the fiery destruction of the Tower card. Instead, now that you've survived those changes, you're standing at a crossroads with an opportunity to become something new once more, this time with your eyes wide open. You don't have to. You can stay the way you are now. This card is not a warning. But if you want to have time to start the cycle back over again, to have another chance to begin again at the Fool and learn even more about the world and yourself, you're going to have to change. This card doesn't tell you which is right or wrong, but I will. Slough that skin, start over again. He's Libra and I'm an Aquarius. Ah, delightful. I'm Libra and my best friend is Aquarius. One of my best friends. Air signs. Air signs usually get along pretty well. Okay, so that was past. So you had the opportunity to start over. And so I don't know where you went with that. Maybe you started over. Maybe you stayed the same. I don't know. Strength is up next. And this is present influences on your life. Patience, control, self-belief. I've heard strength interpreted in many different ways, many of them unsatisfyingly thin. I think the reason why it's a difficult card to interpret is because it can seem a little redundant. I've done a lot of work, just him, he's a mess. I'm scared to reopen the wound. Ooh, a messy Aquarius. Oh boy. I mean, this is just me saying this, not the cards, but maybe don't. Not that you asked me. Okay, back to this. So much of the tarot deck is about internal strength that it feels like this card is meaningless when it appears. Be strong? Of course, what else would you want to be? But I think this card begins to make more sense if you read it as fortitude in the long haul and if you replace the word strength with patience. When this card shows up, you have been being strong. But this card says you're not done yet. Whatever burden you've been throwing yourself against is not going away anytime soon, and you're going to have to dredge up all of your patience and self-belief to get past it. This card asks you to be resilient, a far more difficult task than mere strength. The Arch shows a fist, the Magician's fist, held in a solid belief. Remember everything you have learned about yourself before now and realize that you're going to learn a lot more before this is over. And don't just be strong, stay strong. Ooh, that's good. We haven't talked in 4 months. Last words were harsh, but he's still in my mind. All Aquarius are messy. Oh, yeah. My best friend is Aquarius too, though. I say that with all the love. My fiance's an Aquarius. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Messy Libra. No. Libras are perfect. Okay. Knight of Swords. Swords for future. Ooh. Okay. I think this might be something. Confrontation, hostility, directness, logic. Ooh, strap in. Okay. Villagers hide under their beds when the Knight of Swords arrives. Like all the knights, she acts the most swiftly of her suit's court cards, and in her case, she moves swiftly with the ruthless logic of the swords. Heads roll, she doesn't care. Right is on her side. She has no fear, and she is unburdened by the fear that she will destroy other people's confidence. She has seen the solution, and she will see it through, even if there's blood drawn. Of course, with the swords, the blood in this case is usually emotional blood. The Knight of Swords has her feelings well in check, and so the blood is not hers. This can be good and bad. If you've been waffling over a situation, the Knight can be a push to plunge in and slice ferociously to the truth of the matter. Often everyone will see things more clearly after they get done wincing, and the situation can move ahead. But sometimes, when the Knight appears, it's a warning that you're being a little too focused on the problem and not focused enough on other people's feelings, especially your own. Because that's the true strength and the fault of the Knight of Swords. The blood-tipped scissors on the card come from plunging words into someone else's heart, but the person who wielded them was only able to do so by silencing that tempering voice inside themselves. All of us need to be the Knight of Swords sometimes. None of us need to be the Knight of Swords all the time. That's pretty wild. It even talked about harsh words, which is what you said. I'm scared he's still going to be mad, even though he wronged me first. Couldn't commit. Kept me in the loop. Send that energy to the universe and hope it makes it to him. Yes. That checks out. I mean, it sounds like you've put in a whole bunch of personal work, and he hasn't. So, like, don't set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. You can also apologize for your own sake. Like, you can apologize and just know that you might not get an answer that you like. But if it makes you better just to say it, you can do that too for your own peace of mind. And once you've said it, just let it go. And you might get a bad answer, you might get a good answer, but at that point, just decide you're going to let it go either way. I love it. This turned into like a little advice column for Maddie. Hopefully it's helpful. I don't know. Yeah, Mom, you got it. You put in the work. He didn't. Don't apologize. Yeah, it can be that way too. So I was thinking, but I hate that I don't want to apologize to him for my own selfish needs. Hey, your selfish needs matter. Your own peace of mind matters. Oh, you guys. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad we're helpful. Yay. I think we made it through the list. I love you guys. I'm like, aw, Maddie, we love you too. Most of these people are people I know in real life. They're all here to just support me because I'm doing my first stream ever. So these are all my friends. Come hang out anytime. We love you. Yes, Mark called it. Exactly. If you apologize, do it for you, not for him. Yep, yep. While we're through the list, I think what I might do is do a little past, present, future for myself. I'll be a little bit selfish because my feelings matter too. I'll do a little past, present, future for myself, and then I might call it because I have a previous engagement at 9 o'clock. And y'all have been wonderful, and I don't want to keep you here forever because I know you're just being wonderfully supportive of me. Jen's gonna head out. Bye, Jen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the donation. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I love you. Oh, Maddie, you're welcome for the reading. Is it actually a reach out from another account? Good question. I think if he blocked you, maybe just don't bother. Yeah, what Mark said, I don't think he's worth it. If he blocked you, I almost swore. Probably shouldn't swear when I'm live on YouTube. F that guy. Okay. I'll do a little past, present, future for myself. I didn't do the thing. I'm so distracted. Going on to the 4 of Cups. That was my past relationships. Oh, nice. Matisse, I'm so glad that it made sense to you. Fiance sister blocked us. Oh, wow. I leaned in. You can see my roots. That's wild. I needed to dye my hair. Fiance's sister blocked us. We're not putting any more energy into mending that fence. Wow. That's rough. And right before your wedding, too? Holy crow. Okay, now I'm going to do this correctly because I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. She says, probably still not paying attention to what she's doing. Ooh, okay, cool. Whoa. All right. That's good. I need this. I need money. Give me them dollar bills. 8 of Wands. Things are in action. Mark, you'll send me the tea. Yes! All the tea. Someone blocks you, they're saying all they need, but they don't deserve your thought, time, or energy. Walk away, don't look back. Yes! There, Maddie. Karen's my mom, if you missed that. Listen to my mom. She's got you. She gives great mom advice. All right. 8 of Wands for past influences. Yes, I think this is very recent past. Also for Samhain, you might want to do a sign up for readings. That makes sense. So for the Samhain reading, I really only planned to do like my reading, like the 12 cards that I was going to read. But this went so well, I think I might do more of these if people dig them. And I'll have to come up with a system other than just depend on Michelle to jump in for me to actually keep track of lists. Or like I'll hire Michelle. But yeah, for Samhain I might do, I guess I could. It depends how long the stream goes. Like I could do my reading to start, which will take some time because it's 12 cards, and then do readings for people after. Yes. Okay. So 8 of Wands was the action card. Everything has fallen into place for the 8 of Wands appears. You have a goal in mind. Experience surges through you. You know you have the skills to accomplish it. There might be a few obstacles, but even they are easily surmountable. You already know how you're going to tackle them, so now's the time to move. Don't hesitate, because this wide-open opportunity might not reappear for a long time. It's wise, too, to remember that it's your positivity that's driving the energy of this card. Yes, positivity! Even though circumstances may have aligned to make this card easier for you, it's still your own confidence and skills that are making this a sure bet. So believe in yourself. Yes! And send your creative arrows over the ramparts. Your ideas are good, they're hot, and they need to move with decisive strength now. Don't wait, now. Yes. Okay, action card. Matisse, you've learned not to be interfering as the Queen of Wands. That's good. I was thinking about doing the donations get readings. I was thinking about doing that. Obviously, this is just my first stream ever, so I was just kind of reading for everybody. I didn't think anyone would want readings. My mom was the first one to ask. I just did it for her because she's my mom, and I literally cannot say no to her because I feel like she would just, like, disown me. But I think, yeah, in future, I might say donations get readings. That at least slows it down, too, hopefully. Or not hopefully? I don't know. Yeah. So, past influences on my life right now. Lots of shit in action. Well, stuff in action. That checks out. So, 7 of Swords. For right now. Present life. I don't know if I've read this one before from this deck. Like your mother would ever disown you. I don't know. I've gotten the I brought you into this world, I could take you back out comment before, but I think I was a teenager and I was I probably deserved it though. My mom's pretty cool though. We're besties. Now, I don't know that we were besties when I was a teenager because I was awful, but we're besties now. 7 of Swords. Although the swords are a logical suit concerned with absolutes, they are not particularly fussed with ethics. Ethics, after all, are indeed absolutes, but they are an absolute of emotions. The absolutes of the sword often push aside principles to see the bottom line instead. They ask what will serve you best. Sometimes it means slicing other people along the way. Sometimes it means doing things that you aren't proud of. Sometimes living this way ends up with other people turning the tables and treating you this way too. This is exactly what the 7 of Swords promises. It is a card of cunning and deception. The kindest reading promises that this is a card of strategy, not out and out lying, just being cautious with the truth in order to get what you want. The worst reading admits that the word strategy often is just a pretty term for manipulation. The person in this card often finds themselves in intentional solitude. Too many partners will see through the web of half-truths. The 7 of Swords isn't always talking about you, however. You could also be the victim of someone's manipulation or lies, or perhaps be living with the suspicion that you're being played. Sometimes this card calls for a bit of gamesmanship, urging you to embrace your cunning. Personally, I nearly always think it's better to uncross my fingers and tell the truth. It can be tempting to play the game, but in the end, blades hidden in the murk, even your own, are more likely to cut you than ones clearly presented in the light of day. Woo! Woo! Some heavy stuff. As teenagers, aren't we all? Yes, we are all awful as teenagers. Yeah, it's a standard Irish warning. Yeah. Nice to have someone else read for you, so I keeps her. Thanks for keeping me, Mom. Okay. And 10 of... I'm shedding again. Like, how does this... There's just purple hair everywhere. Why? 10 of coins. I'm excited for this. This is all I want. Wealth, generosity, legacy, excess. Please solve all my financial problems. Matisse. Oh, the lag is so real, Matisse. Yes. Judgment. Well, yes, I'm finding being more careful at people intentions make my life easier. I'm very emotional with people distressed, but I'm learning I can't solve everything. That checks out. Okay. 10 of coins. This card is rich. Yeah, it is. It represents wealth beyond usefulness. Everything you've wanted has come to be, and now you have stability, security, and all the freedom that comes from no longer having to worry about where your next paycheck will come from. Oh, imagine the day. My God. The 9 of coins also represents stability, but not like this. This is excessive. That is the central conundrum of the 10 of coins. Although it is a card of ultimate material satisfaction, it can leave your mouth a little dry. You've clawed your way to the top of the mountain. Now what? This card urges you to think about the next generation, to consider using your excess material wealth for good that will outlive you. It's a good point. You need to do something for your spiritual health, so you might as well save the world or at least your grandkids' college funds. The art depicts a world stuffed with roses, not just a single perfect bloom like the 9 of Wands, but 10 perfect blooms, too many to see all at once, all competing for attention. Enjoy the ones that you like best, but give the others to those who are just starting on their gardening journey. Be the windfall that the Ace of Coins predicts, start the cycle over again. Ooh, I love that. I love that the 9 of Coins is like, you're finally like financially stable. 10 of Coins is like you literally have too much, but it tells you to give that away and become the Ace of Coins for somebody else. I love that concept. That's really cool. If I ever feel that comfortable in my financial situation, that's 100% what I would do anyways. I think I said I'd sell you to the next band of travelers that went by. Non-standard Karen warning. Oh yes, that's true. You did. You did often tell me that you would sell me. Very good. Matisse, I'm so glad that was helpful. I'm glad you enjoyed your reading. And with that, I think I will probably call it here. Thank you to everybody who came out and who asked for readings, and who listened patiently when I reread the same cards millions of times because we all get too many wands. Thanks, Mish. All right. Well, have a good night, everybody, and I hope we can do this again soon. Bye.